There are times when you deserve more than a coffee break, so make a cup of Mellow Birds. You'll find its smooth, mellow flavor turns an ordinary coffee break into a mellow moment. Mellow Birds for mellow moments.
Every day should have some.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another Mellow Moments. Alas, today I have run out of Mellow Birds, and I need to go to the supermarket and buy some more. But fear not, because in its place today I've got a lovely Victoria sponge, a slice of Victoria sponge that I bought from a little specialist bakery in the town of Dorking, which is in Surrey. So I'm going to be tucking into this, but as I do so, let's see what's on the box.
The top temperature down on the south coast will be around 7 or 8 degrees, but a chilly 4 degrees up in Scotland, and snow continuing to fall up on the higher ground throughout the afternoon. Winds, as I say, continuing around 20 miles an hour, and over in Ireland a few scattered rain showers. Let's see tonight how the weather's going to finish up.
It's a lovely Victoria sponge, but I have to say, I don't like those smiling suns. They look a bit creepy to me. She is not a wood in my book. Hair too short. Don't like your face.
Wet weather coming in from the west, very heavy rain showers over Wales and the southwest of the country, moving gradually eastwards throughout the night and reaching the east coast by the morning. And the outlook is for more rain coming in from the west and moving out to the sea by the morning. And lots of ground frost again tonight, so it'll be chilly and but fairly dry actually in most of the country this afternoon. That's it from me. Back to Richard.
Anna, thank you. And in case you're wondering, Anna, of course, standing in the moment for Trish Williams.
Would you smash it? Would you hang off the back of it, Richard?
Who's away on her holidays. Right, in a few moments we'll return to Gotham City for Batman and his old mate Robin. I'll be back in half an hour. We'll be talking then to the remarkable Christine Nolan, the young Irish writer who's just been awarded one of Britain's top literary prizes. And we'll be finding out just how brightly the lights on Broadway are shining for The Phantom, and meeting a man whose life changed after a blind date. Meanwhile, here's the latest news from Jeff Mead in Washington and Gordon Honeycomb here in London. Gordon.
Hello, good morning. There are fears this morning that the one-day nurses' strike planned for 3 London teaching hospitals next month could spread. 5 more hospitals in London may decide next week to take action in protest at low pay and staff cuts.
As I've said before, all television should be presented by middle-aged white men who are a little bit boring like this. My ideal world.
But the biggest nurses' union, the Royal College of Nursing, have already warned their members they may be disciplined if they join the action, which is being taken mainly by nurses in 2 other unions, Newpie and Cosy. 2 young children and their stepfather died, and their mother was seriously injured when fire spread through their house at Eccles in Greater Manchester early today. 8 people survived. A fire brigade spokesman said that smoke from polyurethane-filled furniture made the family's escape more difficult. The government recently announced new safety regulations for foam-filled furniture after a spate of fire deaths. It's over now to Washington for today's international news from Jeff Mead.
Thanks, Gordon, and good morning to you from Washington. Gary.
I love Jeff Mead. Tweed jacket, white, middle-aged. What more could you want?
Hart's in trouble again. The man who stepped down from the presidential race for 7 months over his relationship with a model is now alleged to have been receiving illegal campaign contributions from a California video producer. Hart, who's campaigning to become the Democratic candidate, said he knew nothing of the claims and vowed to get to the bottom of them. 6 people were killed and
Typical America, corruption.
30 injured when a Soviet tank and a train collided near Potsdam in East Germany. The tank's thought to have strayed across an unfenced area whilst on manoeuvres when the train hit it. In America, 37 people have now died in the worst winter weather for years. The highest death toll was in Colorado, where a commuter plane crashed into a snow-covered hillside, killing 9 people. Finally, the Duchess of York has begun a short visit to America. Yesterday, she went to a school in Connecticut. But her main engagement is in New York tonight, when she'll attend the Broadway opening of the British musical Phantom of the Opera. And I bet she won't have to queue for a ticket. This is Jeff Mead handing you back to Gordon Honeycomb in London.
Very droll, Jeff.
Former TVAM financial correspondent Brian Milton has set a new world record with an 11,000-mile microlight marathon from England to Australia. He came in a few hours ago, 50 days after leaving London. Messages of congratulation included a telegram from Australia's Prime Minister Bob Hawke praising his courage and determination. Football finally, and as you may have just seen a few minutes ago on Good Morning Britain, Arsenal have been drawn against Everton in the semi-finals of the Littlewoods Challenge Cup.
Huge match, huge match.
The other semi-final pairs Oxford and Luton. That's the news. It's 7:32. Here's Anna.
Well, there will, of course, be more news and weather in half an hour. But now it's time for the dynamic duo, the Caped Crusader and, of course, Boy Wonder, Batman and Robin, otherwise
Is it going to be Adam West? Adam West in the studio? Oh, this is exciting.
known as. And today's episode is called Batman's Waterloo.
As you may recall,
McVitie's Hobnobs have a home-baked taste that's so scrumptious, one nibble and you're nobbled.
I thought Adam West might actually be in the studio, but they're just showing an old 60s episode. I've almost finished this Victoria sponge now. Very nice it is too. I will be back with more Mellow Birds tomorrow. I've just temporarily run out. Been doing so many of these episodes, friends. Got a bit carried away and I've run out of coffee.
With a taste as famous as ours, Heinz really is. Super Troopers. Like good old Heinz chicken soup, just one of the much-loved soups in a range that's always made Heinz Britain's favourite.
Super grand. God, it really does look nice.
Heinz chicken soup.
Don't mind a bit of chicken soup.
There's a revolutionary sweetener that tastes as good as sugar. Canderel Spoonful. It contains NutraSweet, so it has no bitter aftertaste. Just like sugar. And because it's granular, you sprinkle it in just the same quantity as sugar.
I'm not a fan of using Canderel in that manner. You know, occasionally you could stick it in your coffee or something, but not a fan of sticking it on your cereal like sugar. Not a replacement in that manner, if you ask me.
Canderel Spoonful, the revolutionary sweetener that tastes as good as sugar.
The cubs are really enjoying themselves because I've given them a special treat, my tasty golden drummers. Tender turkey shaped into boneless drumsticks, covered in crispy golden crumb, absolutely delicious, fried or grilled.
What do you say, boys?
Now that's what I wanted to hear. And so will you when you give your family my golden drummers. Be prepared. Get a pack today. Just 99 pence for 6. They're golden value too.
Now, is Bernard still around? Is he still selling his golden drummers? I bet they're quite nice too.
Your new Sun Bingo card. It could open the door to a fortune. Over £35,000 to win every game. Plus, new Sun Lotto, the game that swept the world. Choose your own lucky numbers. You could win thousands of pounds every day. Sun Lotto, but you've got to be in it to win it. Bingo and Lotto start soon, only in the Sun.
So me, that boy's got talent. And he's got mighty white bread with 30% more fibre than ordinary white and the soft grain goodness of wheat and rye.
I never really understood what the whole deal with Mighty White was. Is that still around? I always remember seeing Mighty White advertised like this, but I never remember what all the fuss was about. It was just white bread at the end of the day.
Right tasty. Mighty White, soft grains for tough kids.
A is for alpha, B is for bites. See for yourself that they taste just right. D is for dinner, E is for eggs. Letters so tasty from A through to Z. Crisp golden potato and fluffy inside. Oven baked, grilled or fried. Made by Bird's Eye, you can't buy better. And called alpha bites, 'cause each one's a letter.
There's something about your hair that's so super soft, super soft.
Super soft. Only your hair will know it's there.
Was that Lumley sneaking in again? She's absolutely everywhere. I'm sure that was Lumley's voice.
With Mr. Sheen, I just fly around the house.
Mr. Sheen shifts, shields and shines in seconds.
When the kids complain that the house is chilly and your heating bills are just plain silly, Super Wrap your loft 6 inches thick. Super Wrap, that'll do the trick.
I've come to...
Well, I finished my Victoria sponge, by the way. Very nice it was, too. Mellow Bird should be back tomorrow.
clean up this kitchen. This kitchen ain't big enough for the both of us.
Now, I've never quite understood why Jif, that she's got there, became Sif with a C later on. I'm pretty sure if you went to the shops now, this detergent cleaner thing that she's using is called Sif and not Jif. Don't quote me on that, though, because, you know.
No rinse Jif spray and foam. It's the fastest way to clean up in town.
Now that Catto meat has changed recipe, with its 100% meat in jelly, more and more cats are changing to it. So Arthur is having to hide it away. Where will Arthur's Catto meat be safe?
I'm pretty sure that Catto meat became Arthur's later on as well. It can't be a coincidence that that cat is called Arthur. Pretty sure that cat food is called Arthur's today. Again, don't quote me on that.
Ah, yes, Arthur. That'll do nicely. Catto meat. 100% meaty cat food.
Who's got the taste? Float without the space. Who's got the orange flavor made for fun? Fanta! Who makes a great trip landing in a spaceship? Who makes your taste buds flip? Fanta!
Of course, Fanta's got a very interesting history, but I don't need to tell you that. You already know all about it.
Orange flavor makes the day. Fanta, Fanta. My friend Fanta.
Now with real fruit juice and added vitamin C. Make friends with new Fanta.
The voice on that Fanta advert was probably some sort of famous DJ. Very much had the DJ smashing invite. Nicey voice, didn't he?
Wright's Vaporizer. Silent nights for adults, children, and scamp.
Your new Sun Bingo card. It could open the door to a fortune. Over £35,000 to win every game. Plus new Sun Lotto.
Clearly, whoever uploaded this video really hates the sun for some reason.
The game that swept the world. Choose your own lucky numbers. You could win thousands of pounds every day. Sun Lotto. But you've got to be in it to win it. Bingo and Lotto start soon, only in the Sun.
When your stomach's on the blink, with painful wind and acid indigestion, there's an effective solution that quickly gets you back to normal service. Double-action indigestion remedies made by Boots. Ah, that's better. When you're feeling out of order, turn to Boots medicines.
Only a filling breakfast is good enough for the Super Bowl, Bob. Or the Breakfast Bowl, John.
One of my first memories ever is the ice hockey Weetabix advert. I was 3 years old. I'd just come back from traveling abroad, went to a little town in South Wales, back to my grandmother's place. And I remember that advert being on the TV, one of my very first memories, believe it or not.
With a Paston's boneless lamb joint, you're perfectly prepared for Sunday guests.
At last, a kettle that doesn't tie you down. The new Freeline kettle from Tefal.
That was Stephen Fry, that voiceover there. God, they earn their money, these actors, don't they?
Potato waffles are waffly versatile. Grill them, bake them, fry them, eat them. Waffly versatile.
There was a lot of this sort of thing in the diet, clearly, at this time. There's been an awful lot of very processed foods advertised. And clearly they're not going to show any Batman because that would be copyrighted. All right, well, that'll do for another Mellow Moments. I hope you enjoyed this. I'll nip to the supermarket now and get myself another jar, if they're not all sold out from the massive success of this show, that is. And I'll see you tomorrow.
There are times when you deserve more than a coffee break. So make a cup of Mellow Birds. You'll find its smooth, mellow flavor turns an ordinary coffee break into a mellow moment. Mellow Birds for mellow moments.
Every day should have them.